Hello, today we're going to look at finding the volume of a cylinder. Alright, to do that we need two previously learned formulas. We need to remember the volume of a prism formula, which we just did. That's capital V equals capital B times lowercase h. The V is the volume of the object, the capital B is the area of the base, and the h is the height of the object. The other formula that we needed to remember is our area of a circle formula. That's A equals pi r squared, where A is the area of the circle. Then we've got pi. I generally use the pi button on my calculator rather than 3.14, but if you don't have one, you're more than welcome to use 3.14. And r is the radius. So we've got our formula for a prism, volume equals base, or area of the base times the height. I'm going to use this same formula, but I'm going to substitute in the area of a circle formula here for my capital B. So now I've got volume equals pi r squared times the height. Alright, let's look at a couple. Here, I'm going to use my volume equals pi r squared times the height. I have a radius of 5, a height of 18. I'm going to plug those two numbers in. Volume equals pi times 5.2 squared times 18, and I get roughly 1,413.72 cubic centimeters, or centimeters cubed. This one, now instead of a radius, I have a diameter of 7. Right? If I have a diameter of 7, that makes my radius 3.5, right? Because half of 7 is 3.5. My height now is 12. So volume equals pi r squared times the height. My r squared is 3.5 and my height is 12. So pi times 3.5 squared times 12 gives me roughly 461.81 cubic centimeters. Alright, you try two here. This first one has a radius of 10. The second one is now a diameter. Alright, so you're going to have to figure out the radius. To get answers that I have as options, you're going to want to use the pi button on your calculator and round to the nearest hundredth. If you don't have a pi button on your calculator, go ahead and use 3.14, and then you'll just have to find the answer that's the closest. They shouldn't be too different, but they'll be a little bit different, alright? So pay attention. Alright, solve those two, and then we'll go through them. Alright, welcome back. Let's go through this first one. Alright, volume equals pi r squared. Our r is 10. The h is 3. So pi times 10 squared times 3 gives us roughly 942.48 cubic feet. On this other one, volume equals pi r squared times height. Our r is 3.5 again, just like it was on that previous slide, because half of 7 is 3.5. And now my height is 15. Alright, so pi times 3.5 squared times 15 is going to give me 577.27 cubic millimeters. Alright, now let's try another one. Let's say that you have to pick between these two recycle bins. You've got a rectangular prism and a cylinder. They have their dimensions there. You have to decide which recycling bin can hold more. Alright, again, if you have a pi button on your calculator, use that and round to the nearest hundredth. If you don't have the pi button, use 3.14 and then find the answer that's closest to what you have. We'll look at these tomorrow in class. Alright, last two things. What's one thing you learned or were reminded of? And what questions do you still have? Alright, thank you.